public speculations about the country's willingness to host the tournament increased after the chaotic scenes that played out at the 2025 Men's African Cup of Nations final, which Morocco lost 1 goal to nothing to Senegal in a dramatic match at the Stade Moulay Abdellah Stadium in Rabat. CAF said the decision to postpone the tournament was taken to ensure the success of the important women's competition. The tournament will now be held from the 25th of July to the 16th of August. It said, stating that preparation for the tournament are underway. It did not indicate whether the destination would change. In the Nigerian Premier Football League, Evans Ogenye is said to be appointed as the new technical advisor of Wiki Tourist. Ogenye will take over from veteran tactician Abdullahi Maikaba, who resigned from the post last month. The experienced tactician previously managed Kano Pillars in the MPFL this season. He has also worked as assistant coach with Rivers United. Ogenye's experience is expected to have stabilized the sinking ship of the Bauchi Elephant. Wicketourists have managed only 2 wins from their last 15 matches. They sit in the 16th position on the MPFL table with 32 points from 28 matches. The government of Enugu State have charged Nigerian Premier Football League (MPFL) side Rangers International to sustain their hunger for success. The State Commissioner for Youth and Sports, E.K. Lloyd Ekweremadu, gave the charge during a visit to the team. Ekweremadu expressed satisfaction with the dedication and focus of the players in training. Rangers are on a 5-game unbeaten run in the MPFL. Ekweremadu stated that he's particularly impressed to see the players fully back to training, showing true professionalism, focus, and hunger for sustained success. He said it was a pleasure engaging with the team, celebrating their achievements, and encouraging continued dedication, unity, and excellence on and off the pitch. Rangers will do battle with defending champions Remo Stars in the next game in Enugu. The president of Galatasaray, Dursun Özbek, has reviewed his no-release clause in Victor Osimhen's contract. The Super Eagles star has recently been linked with a move to Serie A giant Juventus. Osimhen also recently confirmed that the old ladies tried to sign him from Napoli 2 years ago. Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich are also rumored to have lined up the powerful striker as a potential replacement for Harry Kane. Özbek insists that there is no clause in Osimhen's contract which would allow any club sign him for a pre-arranged fee. The father claimed that the striker would serve the Turkish Super League champions for many years. According to Özbek, he said there's no release clause in Osimhen's contract. He is an extremely successful footballer who served Galatasaray for many years. The EFL has confirmed the Skybet Championship playoffs will be expanded from 4 teams to 6 from next season. Supporters of the chain believe it will create more interest in the run-ins to the championship season, as it gives more teams a chance to qualify for the postseason and a shot at promotion to the Premier League. Teams finishing between 3rd and 8th will be involved. The National League currently operates a 6-team playoff tournament where the teams finishing 2nd and 3rd progress straight to the semi-finals, while those finishing 4th to 7th compete in quarterfinals. However, further guidelines from sources have confirmed that clubs actually voted on Thursday to include two significant differences between the playoff format used in the National League. Firstly, the semi-final will be played over two legs, not one. Secondly, in the semi-final, the third-place team in the league will play against the lowest remaining ranked team. Clubs felt in the meeting today that the team that finished highest in the main season deserve the advantage of playing the lowest ranked opponents remaining. That is why the EFL today didn't announce the format that the playoffs would take, and because it isn't a regulatory matter for the league, only the switch from four teams involved to six is possible. The clubs might change their mind much later, but as things stand, that is the format the championship playoff will take next season. Welsh football legend Gareth Bale has revealed he carried a secret injury throughout his career, with the problem eventually leading to his early retirement. Bale is 36, won five Champions League titles with Real Madrid to become one of Britain's most successful players. He caught time on his career days at the age of 33, shortly after playing for Wales at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. He has now disclosed details of a back injury suffered while a teenager at Spurs that he says contributed to his decision to step away from the game. Speaking on the Stick to Football podcast, Bill said, I tore my disc in my back when I was 18 at Tottenham. I played my whole career with that. I had a lot of calf injuries which was due to my back. I never came out and said this when I was playing because some people would say he's making excuses. It was manageable, but over time it caught up with me. Bale's move to Real Madrid in 2013 broke football's transfer record, and he says the Spanish giant were aware of the issue. Formula One legend Lewis Hamilton says he does not want to retire from Formula One until he can race in a Grand Prix in Africa. The seven-time world champion said he had been fighting in the background for the past 6 or 7 years, asking the sports bosses where in Africa are they going to race. He said, I don't want to leave the sport without having a Grand Prix there, without getting to race there. Hamilton said, I'm chasing them. When is it going to be? When is it going to happen? They're setting certain dates. I'm like, damn, I could be running out of time, so I'm going to be here for a while until that happens, because that will be amazing, given that I'm half African. Hamilton's Formula One black driver with a father of Afro-Caribbean background and a white mother said the new Formula One bosses were really trying to arrange a race on the continent. However, there's no imminent prospect of one appearing on the schedule, and the chances of there being a race in Africa before the end of this decade are low. Rwanda was the most recent country linked to hosting the race, but the chances of that have rescinded. And finally, tonight, no United Kingdom government ministers or officials will attend the Winter Paralympic opening and closing ceremonies after Russian and Belarusian athletes were invited to compete under their national flags. 6 athletes from Russia and 4 from Belarus will be directly representing their country rather than competing as neutrals, as athletes did at last month's Winter Olympics. This will mark the first time a Russian flag has been flown at the Paralympic Games since Sochi 2014, with sanctions previously imposed, firstly because of a state-sponsored doping program, and then because of the 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Last year, the International Paralympic Committee (IPC) lifted its partial ban on athletes from the two countries competing at the Games. That's all we have in the news. Talking point next. Right, tonight in the Premier League, Tottenham Hotspur will take on Crystal Palace. That game is set for 9 p.m. and Tottenham will be fighting relegation tonight. Yes, they are in trouble. Looking at back-to-back losses that they've recorded, and we have Tottenham in the 16th position in the Premier League. Not so good a sight considering where they are in the Champions League. They will take on a team that have also struggled recently, Crystal Palace. So it's crazy. It's a Tottenham versus Crystal Palace tonight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. A stadium for everyone. Right, in the Coupe de France, for the Coupe de France, we have Lyon at home to Lens. The game is by 9:10 tonight. Those are the two matches we're expecting tonight, but we had so many spin-off from yesterday's matches in the Premier League, especially, and there's a war of words between Brighton manager Fabian Ozella and Mikel Arteta. Maybe not directly from Mikel Arteta, but for Brighton manager, he was furious after yesterday's loss to Arsenal, and he said only one team tried to play football, which is Brighton. Yes, he also accused Gunners of making their own rules as a raid against perceived time wasting. He has also condemning the Arsenal keeper for getting treatment 3 times in yesterday's game, stopped the game 3 times in yesterday's game. Fabian Ozella said every other team can play normal 60 minutes in football, but Arsenal plays 50, and what they do with the other 10 minutes, it doesn't know. There's a lot of external attack on Arsenal's style of play right now. Yes, there's also been a lot of support for them, considering how they were playing before and how they've become unsuccessful, even when they were playing glowing, exciting, tantalizing football. Now they're playing totally opposite of that, a different tactical change in their attitude. They have defenders that are tall, that are rugged, that can win games, that are not as light as they used to be. Under Wenger, under Emery, early days of Mikel Arteta, now you have the best centre pair in the world, Saliba, Magalhaes, you have an Nkapie, you have Mosquera, you also talk about Julian Timber, you have Calafiori, top players, and everything has changed. Everyone is facing Arsenal. Arsenal has 7-point lead on top of the Premier League table against Manchester City. Yes, Manchester City has an extra game to also play, but as it stands, we count the number of points that have been accumulated by the two teams, and yes, it is majorly from Arsenal, and they have that 7-point gap. So there's been a lot of talk concerning their style of play, and it is the burning conversation right now with different coaches cutting into that conversation. Yes, we heard from the coach of Liverpool, Arne Slot, some days ago, says football is no longer interesting. He hardly watches Premier League teams. Yeah, Slots. Let me see if I can pull up that clip. Where he talked about that game. Yes, he talked about football not being interesting anymore, but he was battered. He was beaten by Wolverhampton Wanderers in their match. Just imagine after such condemnation. Yes, and he was beaten. Yes, they were beaten in their last game. The last team on the table defeated you 2-1. How do you want to defend that? 09162059545. We have 14-30 minutes of conversations. We can pick calls, we can argue, we can banter. We have everything available for picks. Yes, first of all, he said a lot of managers in the Premier League. Okay, he said, I watched football yesterday evening, and we are not the only team that finds it hard to create a lot of chances from open play. It's the quality of the league that makes it more and more complicated to generate a lot of chances. That wasn't what he said before. Yes, so a few days ago, Anna Slot was talking about the drop in quality and standard in the league, and even said it doesn't watch PL matches, Premier League matches, but saying something totally opposite of that after he was taught how to play football by Wolverhampton Wanderers. Right, 09160059545, 091600495. Those are the numbers to call just to put it out there while you listen and try to also call. It is good to know that Coventry, that set pieces are dominating the debate. That's no longer a contest, but Coventry are proving it is not just an Arsenal thing. Like Arsenal, Coventry are cashing in from dead balls and leading the championship. Frank Lampard's side has got 21 set-piece goals, more than anyone in the championship. Yes, Frank Lampard's team, Coventry, has got 21. set piece score. Arsenal with 16. You understand that they have more teams. 09160059450 091600495. And if you want to relate with us on WhatsApp, 09128 945 945. Yes, for West Ham United, they defeated Fulham. It was Somerville that scored a very sweet goal for West Ham United at the Craven Cottage against Fulham. Now, this is Nuno Espirito Santo trying to make sure West Ham don't end up relegating at the end of the season. And yes, looking at West Ham's position right now, they're in the 18th position with 28 points, but that win against Fulham was a big win for them, massive one for them, and this is what he had to say after that victory over Fulham yesterday at the Craven Cottage.
It was a very difficult match. Very difficult match. I think the boys gave it all. Tough place to come. Fantastic team for even after they make the subs, they become stronger and all the options that they have. But we fight to the end. It means a lot. It means a lot for us. It means a lot for our fans that were huge today. The help that they gave us. He's in a good moment. He's in a very good moment, full of confidence, and he's helping the team a lot. It's very for all of us. For all of us, I think Matt did a good game today. It helped us, and clean sheet is always our goal. When you start the games, you know that we have to be compact, don't allow too many to our opponents because the talent that we have ahead can make the difference. Yes, it was a long week in that aspect, but you assessed it and took it.
091600595 091600495 09128945945. Yes, those are the numbers to call to join the conversation tonight. Yes, let's hear from okay, Chooks. Good evening to you, Chooks.
Thank you.
Yes, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm good.
Right.
And slots. You know that clip about football being boring. I listened to it before he was disgraced.
By wolves, bro. Wolves.
Yeah. So people shouldn't just wake up and begin to make those remarks like even Fabian Hustler. He should go and be hustling. I remember those days when the likes of Ronaldinho and somebody like what's his name again? Eto'o of Africa were playing for Barcelona. These are playmakers. If you put in a roadblock, they know how to play. They have their skill kit is 100%.
Yeah.
They pierce through you and give you. Is it that we don't have such playmakers anymore? And that we are now doing long balls. In those days, we don't do long balls. You remember?
But you also know that the games have changed now. You cannot even showboat. Even showboat, you get a yellow card. Like that time when Ronaldinho was dancing.
Yes. What I'm trying to say in essence is now people want to find anything to do to get into your 18-yard box. They don't actually play the football that that we know.
That takes you there.
Like you see Brentford throwing from their own half.
Coyote.
It's like somebody doing shot put or javelin
Baba.
just to make sure it gets
me.
18-yard and become chaotic so that someone will score. Well, but Arsenal, like I said before, this style of play is the reason they win the league. I keep saying if they go and play champagne, glowing, sexy, romantic football,
they will not play. They will not play a pep.
Yes.
They will not play a pep in doing that. Thank you.
So let them be doing it. They score one and shut it up.
Thank you very much. Like Italians. 091600595 091600495. Those are the numbers to call to join the conversation. 09128945945. Yes, for the WAFCON games, it has been postponed. It's not going to start in March anymore, and we are not sure if Morocco will still host the tournament. There are stories that it might go to Algeria because of what happened at the last African Cup of Nations, which they were beaten by Senegal. The chaos, the bad image that they also got as a result of that. So the African Cup of Nations for the women is now going to start from the 25th of July to the 16th of August, as against starting from the 17th of March, like in the next 12 days to the 3rd of April. 091600595 091600495. Those are the numbers to call for Rangers International. Yes, they are second on the table right now, just because Rivers United won their game yesterday. And Rivers United still have like three outstanding matches, and that gives them a good position on the table. But for Rangers, they've gone 5 games without losing, picking games, picking points on the road also, and they can't afford to stop. Their next game is against Remo Stars, and I have 10 free tickets for the cover stand for that game against Remo Stars. You show interest, ask a question, and you get that ticket. But I'm impressed with your analysis also, then you can also get a ticket. Good evening to you. How are you?
I'm fine.
All
All
right.
right. Job, eh?
Thank you.
Man, whichever way I want to play, none of anyone business. None of anyone business.
Mm.
Do you know how long it is you can calculate match who can die in? Sometimes even totally if you even very qualified and tell you that you get this in a month, like Baka did this in our month. Football is so big and broad that it's so dynamic at different times.
Mm.
Even do it can change. It is a team that is placing up to 4 trophies. That's not big carry for basic of league. And the other pressure and conscious just about to clear their field opponents to win something tangible. And the time if it means going, picking it, hiding it, going negative into bowling, to make sure the game is drawn. Let them do it. It's none of anyone's business. So they never should decide that not to whatever they're doing. Provided the game is won, it's all I've done it in a program of player. So we don't know what them what business will decide now. They have a bad attitude. Well done, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you. 09160059545, 091600495. Yeah, so you can still call us right now. 091600495. 09160059545. You can text us on WhatsApp 09128945945. It's massive. It is the talk of the day. It is Arsenal, with a lot of people talking about their gameplay, the way they play, their style of winning games, and yes, they want to win the Premier League title. Good evening to you. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Right, 09160059545, 09160049545. Those are the numbers to call, and you can text us at 09128945945. Tottenham are playing tonight. Don't stick on them, please. Don't do that. Good evening to you. Yes, your name and location. Now, so go ahead, Baba. Thank you. No, I don't want Chesco. I'm Osula. That's why I'm here. The one that peppered Manchester United. One man army. Hmm? I beg now. Mm. Mm. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Oh boy, 09160059545. We good to go. Good evening to you. I do now. How you doing now, my guy? It's a soft now. Alright, go ahead, bro. You did run now. Thank you. Mm.
But I'm very happy about what happened last week. Even if see practice and even you are there and people like that.
Yeah.
But you see we're postponing time, so we're not playing to excite people. We're playing to win title.
Mm.
I'm not saying I'm not having a bad.
Yeah, I get it.
We're playing to win title, not to excite anybody.
Yeah.
Whatever the kind of game, nobody's business. that they're getting the results. I'm happy about that.
All right.
So I think just won their match yesterday.
All right, that's beautiful.
See, I'm only two fans.
Mm.
What you think, whenever even if you're doing it, you have to cheer them up.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit of fanship. Yeah.
No, when they are still losing game.
You now start whining and complaining.
Complaining for nothing. Even if there's especially when you play football, where there's where a player for this and they're complaining, they're trying to call for the head of the coach and players and all that. I think it's passion. When I'm a Chelsea fan, it's not why we watch it at this and carrying the ball. It's my team and I'm going to see even if they're not smart, it doesn't matter. I'm still a Chelsea fan. Man, you have fans. Many of them call in the morning to call for Gary. They are now calling for results again. Like, thank you. I'm going to forget fans, forget Nigerians, forget fans, honestly speaking. But I hope you see that from your man, all this, Richie.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine, yes. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Oh boy, oh boy. 09162005945, 09162004945. I'm only calling those numbers because we will use them tomorrow, but not tonight. Yes, we leave it till tomorrow, 8 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. right here on 94.5 Open Radio. Crystal Palace, we are Tottenham Hotspur tonight. Lyon versus Lens. That's in the Coupe de France by 9:10. I am Banky O. Good evening to you.